What's up guys, how's it going? I'm just chilling out in the new studio. We've put in some new carpet, a couple of new little things, a couple more things to add, but we're pretty happy with how it's turning out. Bit of a doomy and gloomy one today. Usually I don't like being such a downer on my posts, but this is really important and I feel like it's something that people need to know about the track and something that people need to know in general as well. I'm making a post today about the up-and-coming release for my latest track, Dear Dianna. This is a track that's pretty important to me. If you've ever been out to a live gig before and seen me perform it, you know that I've written it out for a close friend of mine, Dianna, that I grew up with as a kid. Originally I wrote the track out as a way for me to vent what I was feeling at the time, show some support to Dianna herself with what she was going through, and I suppose hopefully provide something for people to relate to if they were going through something similar. After seeing a lot of people getting online and making really negative comments towards Dianna's mum, her family, and a lot about Dianna herself involving the situation that she's been in, I thought it might be better to provide a little bit of background about the track, about Dianna herself, and hopefully give people a bit of insight into her as a person and clear up a couple of things that have been taken a little far in relation to posts that have been made by the media and that sort of thing. To give a little background into the song, about 3 years ago now, Dianna was involved in a murder case involving the murder of a man in Petrie that was shot to death. There was one young man and 4 young women at the scene of the crime, one of those young women being Dianna. From my understanding, after the man was shot, she fled the scene before turning herself in to police 4 days after the murder. Because she didn't immediately turn herself in, she was taken into custody under suspicion of being an accessory after the fact and was taken to prison for await trial. There was a lot of news reports and social media posts asking people to turn Dianna in as she was a suspect in a murder case, which were actually put up after she turned herself in and did continue in circulation. In the following weeks, the man suspected of committing the murder committed suicide in his cell, which then led to a roller coaster of her charges being upgraded to murder and downgraded to accessory a number of times. There have been media announcements of her charges being upgraded to murder, and since then she's had a series of adjourned cases, upgraded and downgraded charges. She's been in jail for nearly 3 years now, awaiting a trial without conviction. She's been in and out of the mental health system through the prison, even had to undergo shock therapy. It's just had a huge impact on her, not only her, but her immediate friends and family as well. Now, throughout the whole ordeal, there's been absolutely zero media coverage on the fact that she turned herself in willingly, that her charges have been downgraded from murder and then back to accessory after the fact continuously, and that lawyers are very confident she won't be convicted of a murder charge. On top of that, she's been in prison for roughly 3 years now without being convicted of anything, simply because of lack of evidence, which has caused the case to be adjourned a fair amount of times. Now, I do understand that our court systems are in place to protect us as a community, and I do feel on a whole that they do a great job at doing that. In cases like this one, she's lost 3 years of her life that she'll never get back. Time with her family, time with her friends, and time with her newborn little boy. I support the judicial system, I support the police fully, but I'd be fairly confident in saying that she's not the only one that's gone through something similar to this, and she's not the only one that's lost a fair chunk of her life without being convicted. As I said, originally I wrote the track to vent what I was feeling at the time and to hopefully support her as much as I could as a friend. But once I saw the way that people were attacking her online and her family and friends as well, I thought it might be best to make a post to inform people a little more about the situation that she's in and to give people a little more insight into who she is as a person rather than just the small snippets of information that have been posted across social media and broadcasted over the news. It can be extremely hard for somebody that's going through a court case with the Australian judicial system, guilty or not, let alone somebody that's struggling with their mental health, aspects of the mental health to begin with. So yeah, she's got what is hopefully her final court case coming up late October this year. Lawyers are saying worst case scenario, she'll be charged with accessory after the fact and be released on time served. And yeah, it'd be awesome to see some support for her on the page. People that have heard her story, people that have heard the whole story and not just the small snippets that have been displayed on the media. Feel free to share your own stories that have happened to you or a friend close to you that have affected you in a similar way. As I said, I know she's not the only one that's been affected in this way and in prison for a long period of time without a conviction. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Prue, her mum, for being an absolute super mum and being very supportive throughout this whole ordeal, and to her friend Caitlin as well. And please, to anyone that's involved in a situation like this in the future, turn yourself into police immediately and avoid placing yourself under suspicion and in a position where you may be imprisoned for a large chunk of your life, awaiting a trial for a crime that you aren't convicted of.
Saw your face up on the news, it's like you're famous now. But I just hate the way the media has made it out. Because I know you and I'll stick to this without a doubt, that you would never do the type of shit they spoke about. They all just messed it up, I guess it's just for us to prove. This whole accomplice thing is bullshit, yo, it wasn't you. We're writing tracks to clear your name so they can hear the truth. And all those people talking shit because they don't know you. I suck to rap and it's been awesome, man, it's going good. You know it won't be long until you see me with the hoods. I need you singing on the track just like you said you would. We'll turn a shitty situation round to something good. I saw your family with destiny, they're going good. Your brother's huge, man, it's like the kid has hit the juice. And yo, the little ones are bigger, man, they're growing too. I'll see the same type of fire in them as seeing you.